So, hey managers, salespeople, leaders, multipliers, I want to talk to you today about the multiplier mindset. You know, a lot of times when we go out and we talk with businesses and it's a growing business, but it's a struggling business, there's somebody, usually in a leadership position or an ownership position, who's telling me that while they want to train their people, nobody can do what they can do as well as they can do it. There are two types of thinkers in this world. There's a multiply type thinking, a multiplier thinking, which means exponential growth for your business. And then there's linear growth thinking, which is I grow, but I grow little bits at a time. The first thing you've got to figure out is, are you a multiplier thinker or are you a linear growth thinker? They're both fine, but figure out which one you are. Let me give you an example of the difference. A linear thinker gets very good at what they do, but can never get anyone else, or doesn't really want, if they're being honest, doesn't want anyone else to be as good at what they do as they are, because their ego is wrapped up in being the best at it. Multipliers think the exact opposite way. So what multipliers think is, I've got to get people to be as good as I am at what I do, if not better than what I do. So let me give you an example of this. If I'm a sales manager, but I've been selling all my life, maybe I haven't built my company, and I've been doing all the sales, and to date, I've sold more than anybody else. And now I'm sitting in front of a client opportunity where tomorrow I can go out on a big opportunity, and if I go myself, I can probably close it. And that meeting will take me 2 hours to close. So a linear thinker says, I'm going to go out and close that meeting. It's only going to take me 2 hours, rather than train somebody else to be really good at closing that meeting. Because training somebody else could mean it takes me 20, 30 hours to train them. So let's look at this. Linear thinking. Linear thinking says, this sales meeting is going to take me 2 hours to close. But if I don't do this to train somebody else to close that meeting, it's going to take me 20 hours. Now, here's the problem with this. I know that just for today, I would do a better job and stand a better chance of closing this big deal if I just go and do the work myself, because honestly, I'm the best at it. A multiplier says, I can't afford to do this, because here's what they do. They ask themselves, how many of these sales meetings am I going to do over the course of a year? And let's say that's 100 meetings. So if we know that it takes 2 hours per meeting, I know that that's now 200 hours. A linear thinker, based on this decision process, has decided that they would rather commit to 200 hours worth of work to get all the business they need for the year, or most of the business. Where a multiplier says, hey, I'm not worried about whether I close this one or not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 20 hours to train someone to be really freaking good, and then I'm not going to have to spend these 200 hours going out and closing everything and having the entire business rely on me. The question is, which are you? Are you the linear thinker that's committing to the 200 hours of sales this year? Or are you the multiplier that's going to lead a team by training 20 hours at a time, multiple closers to close lots more business and allow you to lead multiple growth opportunities at the same time? So are you a linear thinker or a multiplier? One has a training mentality, and one has a, I've got to protect my ego around, I'm the best at doing this thing mentality. Decide what you are, be clear with your team, and hopefully go forth and multiply. Thanks, and if you want more ideas, more information on sales tips and tactics, join our Facebook page, like it. We'll continue to provide you with more information for you and your team to debate and hopefully help you multiply in the future. Thanks.